Hello, Aries. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot getting ready to do a meditation for you. This is coming in the wake of the solar eclipse, that significant event that occurred a couple of weeks ago, and post the full moon in Scorpio. So we're moving towards a new month, a new cycle of energy, but the full moons are an opportunity for us to experience a culmination and appreciation of what we have set in motion over the previous weeks. I am doing personal readings, and the information for that you can find in the description box below. I thank all of you that have been participating in my free reading giveaway that occurs on or around the first of every month with your comments and your generous donations. So thank you for that. And moreover, I appreciate your presence here now. That's what means the most to me as I get comfortable with a new reading. It's a body, mind, and spirit reading, or a mind, body, spirit reading that I'll integrate in with past, present, and future. So let's get started, Aries, with your overall energy for this meditation, the Nine of Pentacles. The Nine of Pentacles is about you experiencing a completion of setting your foundation on independent terms, becoming autonomous, understanding that your security and stability is uniquely crafted by you to fulfill your needs for predictability, for supplying yourself with the resources that you need in order to feel able and prepared to continuously invest in yourself and in those projects or individuals that you see as worthy, sharing your similar goals. So this is a beautiful place that is often a goal for Aries, whether they're in a relationship or not. It does not bear on your relationship status. It more describes the way that you hold yourself accountable for the things that you want, the things that you include in your own values, that you make those determined on your values rather than those of others. So beautiful place of being independent. We know you like that. In the position of your mind, the High Priestess. This shows you in a period of reflecting deeply on your memory of purpose, of your reflecting on your experiences of understanding the contribution that you can make to your community, your family, or to the world. The High Priestess is really about that reflective moment. And in fact, the full moon energy that we've recently passed through is casting energy on the way that you achieve purpose and meaning with others. So that can be a way that you are currently considering how best to use resources that you've built up and accumulated either as part of a group or part of a relationship, part of a community, whatever it is. You're looking back on the highest, most fulfilling mission that you can accomplish, a role that you feel that you were built for. And that wisdom is something that you are intuitively giving to yourself. The knowledge of how best to proceed is something you are centering yourself in as part of this reflective process. In the past, or in your body, the Moon card, interesting, these two have a synergy precisely because the High Priestess is reflection. She is the reflected light of, as represented by the planetary bodies, the Moon. And the Moon more fundamentally is bearing on your material experience or condition, your material environment. this is the moon is asking you to consult your unconscious connection to your ancestors. This can be about not only mining the family's resources and inheritance, money that was physically left for you by a relative that has passed, or it's about maximizing the cultural heritage, a family business, a way in which you are connected with those who came before you. For most of you, this may be about the wisdom, the lessons learned, the sense of purpose that envelopes your entire cultural heritage, whatever that may be. So there's a way that you're actually facing things that often were fearful to you in the past. This cultural past, this ancestral or family past may have been burdensome to you in some way. There may be something that you have internally resisted about this information or energy that you now recognize is here to guide you, to support you, to lift you up. And that courage is giving you this unimaginable new avenue of support. In the place of the spirit, we have the sun. All major arcana cards is indicating this time of incredible transformation for you. The sun is about your unique focus on being authentic. The work that you've done towards your family, separating yourself, individuating your path, and ultimately recognizing that your source is very much supplied by your family, your ancestry, recognizing that and incorporating that into the part of you that needs to be authentic to your experience. And that is necessarily different from your family. Different from your roots, different from other members of your family that may have experienced other dimensions of family life. You, however, have seen the joy, the absolute light, the clarity, the upliftment through this process that identifies your own happiness, your own expression. So I'm feeling a sense of creative expression coming out of recognizing the way in which you access happiness. It is certainly as part of a community in which you feel a sense of stability, but it's also in giving voice or vision to the core of illumination, the core of light, the core of your highest spiritual expression being, for many of you, a creative expression. And that does not limit itself to the arts by any means. I'm going to pull a Soul's Journey card here and ask if you're enjoying this reading so far, if it's resonating for you, to please like this video, share it with others, comment below, and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Sometimes I wonder if I don't say that enough. It's what helps me to stay on YouTube and bring these videos to you. I pulled freedom. I possess the power and the free will to create my own happiness. I absolutely adore this. This feels like a confirmation of the message so far. And from the flora and fauna of Africa, we have the angelfish. And the plant that goes along with this angelfish is a rosea. It looks like a trumpet vine. I can't really pronounce the words, but one of many bell-shaped viney flowers. And the key word is courage. Tune into your surroundings. There are people around you that can help you and could also use your help. I'm going to clarify the mind in the center here. And in many ways, the mind reminds me of your intention. And I have pulled the Hierophant and the Nine of Pentacles again. So this is a verification that you have committed to your purpose. In fact, you are likely, certainly for that many of you, depending on where you are on your journey, have already committed to a way in which you provide support, assistance to those who want to create a better world, a different world. And you are using your resources that give you the stability and encourage your courage to commit to helping others to find a way into a process that is a learning process that encourages individuals to find their way as you have, that way that eventually leads back to supporting the universal order. And by that I mean supporting greater access to abundance for all, whatever that means to you. If it's through a political process, if it's through a social process, or a literal investment into the commodities that we require as humankind, you are committed to sharing what you know, to support others to become more independent individuals, more stable in their ability to invest in their abundance, in themselves, and in like projects. So this feels very much connected with some kind of environmental activism at some level, and that can simply be on the level of one's own health, understanding clearly the way that you nourish your body, it nourishes your environment, and how that individually can create and accumulate with changes that other like-minded individuals are doing, to actually leading an organizational effort where you are looking at ways to help others improve their holistic health, I meant. I'm going to clarify the moon and the position of your body, again, your material environment. And I've pulled the Hangman and the Emperor. So you're continuing the trend of many major arcanas, which again talks about this major change that you are experiencing. You are in a kind of suspended motion where you are looking at ways to open up your perspective, because you've already directed your attention towards your experience and the experience of others in your community, in your environment. So you're already attending to that, and as a result of that, you are taking in a lot that has shifted in our world, and considering that impact not only on your individual life, but ways in which you are determining where you can have the most impact. Having released or surrendered control over the things that are outside of your purview, this actually is what is magnifying your personal power, because understanding that you can control the way you respond to conditions and circumstances in the outer world actually gives you more strength, more energy to have an impact through your own experience. And this is sort of, again, showing a way in which you are modeling this pathway towards ever unfolding, ever learning, ever growing. Instead of shutting out things that in the past were challenging to you, you are now opening up to the information and to the support that they can offer to you. In the same way, places, interactions that may have been challenging to you in the past, or a kind of leadership stance that may have been challenging, is now something that you recognize is an option, in a way in which you can be responsive to your environment and to the sense of purpose and mission that you are here to actuate. In the place of the spirit, I am pulling the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Wands, 5 of Pentacles instead. And I'm really realizing that my sense of selecting the cards is about really offering you the best sense about what your options are in the future. So the 8 of Swords shows to me this overwhelm of ideas, of information, of the opinions of others that you're subject to. And some of this is because you have opened yourself up to things that were once challenging, or confrontations you would rather have avoided. Even if they're not all confrontations, there are certainly interactions that might have challenged you or intimidated you in the past. Instead, you recognize that you have the power to go to toe to toe. However, you are really working at filtering out the unnecessary information that others are giving you. And that includes their opinions about what you should do or who you are. That sense of anxiety is because of your ability to actually alter your material conditions in a way that is springing you free from a story that has been told about you. And you're actually now recognizing that you can manage your material resources to tell a different story. And that is the story that you are straining to articulate. You're straining to share that with the world as an expression of who you authentically are. A way in which you're resisting the labeling. And if you're resisting the labeling that you've received, then you're resisting the labels that others have received. This is helping you to challenge received notions about power and the lack of power in the world, and helping you to understand how you can direct your own power more considerably. I'm going to clarify the 8 of Swords in the future with the Strength card and the 3 of Wands. And this is really just to give a little better shape to the way that you are challenging and telling your story, finding your happiness in your purpose. There is a coming to terms with why you have always understood yourself to be the strong one. And some of that is a result of your cultural heritage in ways that seem unlikely on the surface, but you're actually experiencing that hardship and challenge. It might not even be that you have personally undergone, but that your ancestors underwent, if that's a word, underwent. That is what's contributing to this incredible sense of fortitude that you have. It's almost like a righteous strength that in many ways you've had to temper. You've had to dial down your sense of pride and dial up your sense of openness to new ideas. Interest in the different ways of doing things, moving towards building something that expresses you, that opens itself up to the future, to unfamiliar communities or individuals, unfamiliar audiences or places in the world, in order to inform you better about the ways that this strength, this perseverance can be implemented in the world. And I'm also going to clarify the Five of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups this time and the Queen of Pentacles. Lovely. So you are in your zone when you are grounded in the material opportunities that come your way to actually amplify your resources to generate more from what you have. This is because you're in sync with nature. At some spiritual level, you may be receiving connections from your spiritual ancestors or past ancestors who are reinforcing this sense of natural cycles, being in touch with a natural flow, waxing and waning of energy. This gives you supreme happiness. Connecting with certain of your ancestors, your guides, particularly when it comes out of your cultural heritage, is helping you to find joy in your experience, finding joy in validating who you are and your right to be happy. So this beautiful reading is going to be completed with a crystal oracle, and I hope this is clear. I always appreciate your comments about what resonates, what doesn't, and I pulled the citrine. I always have these decks upside down, and the keywords are bring in the light. And there you are in the future again with the sun. Thank you so much, Aries, for this reading. Until next time, namaste.